Nobody indeed. Welcome to the Never Not Funny. My name is Jimmy Pardo. This is episode 13. What are we at, guys? 8?
Yep.
Is this 1308? I know I said 1306 last week when it was 1307.
I wonder if any fans caught it.
I think our friend Daryl Asher caught it. I believe in the comments over there at podcast.com. He wrote, woohoo, 1306.
Oh, right. Yes, I did.
Made a little. I assume that's Daryl Asher. I don't know. Daryl Asher, of course, longtime friend and fan of the show. More fan, Daryl, than friend. I don't want you to get a big head over what I just said. Anyway, he's a good guy. We wish him luck. Montana? Is that where he's at?
Yep.
Montana.
I want to say Billings.
I'm going to. All right, who is this? Ready? I'm going to Montana. Anybody?
Right said Fred?
Yeah. No, that's not a bad guess.
That is a pretty good guess.
Based on the nonsense I just did.
And also, who did I Want to Be a Cowboy?
Is that Boy Meets Girl?
Maybe, or Timbuk 3, I
No,
wanted
that's
to
not
say.
them. Their future's so bright.
Right.
No, it's Boy Loves Girl. Boy
I can't remember, but it is.
Boy Meet World. Is it Boy Meet World? Is it Fred Savage? Is it Ben Savage?
Ben Savage, yeah.
Yeah, Fred.
Is it our friend Danielle Official?
It is not. We're heading to her nuptials coming up in October.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife and I, who will be joining us in a little while. Danielle Koenig is our guest today. She'll be with us in a little bit. Did you look that up? Who wrote I Want to Be a Cowboy? Who sang that? It's
Boys Don't Cry.
Boys Don't Cry. I was very close. I knew I had the boys right. What a horrible band name.
One of the worst band names ever.
Right? I mean, are they big Cure fans? Is that what that comes from? Is that...
It's just, you still don't do it. I mean...
It's a horrible band. I mean,
some names are song names, some names are band names.
I was in a band called Rainbow Bridge, and so nothing confirms what you just said more than that.
Yeah, and that was named after a song, too.
Is it about the gay rainbow? No. It was 1982. Do you think that's what it was about? You dumb assholes. I think it could have been because of the gay rainbows. But it wasn't. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that I had a conversation. Maybe I've told this story before, but with I'll just say it, a cousin of mine. You know, because in my fan club thing, I always a newsletter which I have not issued one in like a year. I should probably have these guys get on it. It's signed by Hal and Don, co-presidents of the Jimmy Pardo fan club, and I got one of my cousins got in a fight with them. he was mad, and then he was talking to my brother and my mom about how the guys that run my website, you have to be a little politer. They're very dismissive, and then I finally saw him at a party, at a get together, and I went, Scott, that's me. It's me. There's no Hal and Don. It's me. I'm doing it for humor.
Did your mom and brother? They didn't tell him?
They weren't sure.
Oh, okay.
They weren't sure. They asked me about it, and I was like, Mom, it's me. And it's like, well, because those guys, Scott was upset that those guys were being so rude to him. I go, I'm beat up. I was being funny. Leave Mr. Pardo alone.
Yeah.
Mr. Pardo, it doesn't matter that you're his cousin. He has no time right now. This is the fan club. And I just going out just so over the top that I can't believe, like,
right.
I guess if you think, that same cousin once said, are you able to go out shopping or do you get bothered? So...
So some of it was in his head.
So yeah, and I actually, quite frankly, part of me likes that naivete. Yeah. Where they think I'm so successful that I can't even go to Carl's Jr. and get a hamburger.
Right.
I can't, but that's for health reasons. But so he's accurate. I actually do love Carl's Jr. But anyway, that's my one weird out of the. I hate the phrase out of the box, but like even though they're on every corner.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like if I want fast food, it's like, you know what, I'll go to Carl's Jr. today, and that'll be my one time for the year.
It just feels so unhealthy. It's one of those places that,
But the hamburger's grilled. It's a little bit nicer. It's a nicer sandwich.
It is, and yet it actually tastes so good that you think this is terrible for me. Like it's everything about it.
No question about it. I don't like the word taste. You're saying taste just nauseating me. I'm going to vomit now.
One of the most common words.
I don't like.
You brought up food.
I know I did.
Who would have thought that the word taste would come along?
I know.
How do you describe the flavor of something?
It's very enjoyable. I also hate when a waiter or waitress goes, "How's everything tasting?" Ooh, we're not friends. We're not.
This is really strange.
I don't. Stop it.
I did not know this about you.
By the way, looking around, it's a good thing that we sell T-shirts on this show, or you and I wouldn't have anything to wear.
No, it's weird that we're both doing that.
I'm of course wearing the latest, which is a little snugger than I like in a T-shirt, but I think I'm wearing it the right way. I think
it
T-shirts
fits you. Yeah, that's fitted.
Yeah, it's fitting beautifully, but yet I'm not used to such a fitted shirt.
Yeah.
As I wore a tight running shirt 2 weeks ago on the program.
Well, that's for exercise.
That's right. Keep in shape.
I
Did
think
8 miles yesterday.
Oh,
Eminem did the
like
Eminem run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you lose yourself?
Yeah. Is that the tagline?
You know that song. Everyone knows that song.
Listen, I saw the movie. I understand he had trouble with his mother. Is that Natasha
He
Lyonne?
definitely
Who's
had
in
trouble
that?
with her spaghetti.
Who's the woman? Who's the young girl
Anyone?
in there? Yeah, I got it. Who's the young lady in that movie?
Kim Basinger.
Not the mother.
a
dumb
young
jock.
Kim Basinger.
Who's the...
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. No,
Rest in
she's
peace.
Since passed away. Boy, she was dirty and sexy, right?
And also, what's her name? Who's now on Orange Is the New Black was also in that movie. What's her name?
Laura Prepon?
Nope.
Natasha Lyonne.
Nope. Taryn Manning.
Taryn Manning.
Turns out she's a cousin of Eli and
Peyton?
Peyton Manning. Yeah.
Yeah, that family's got bad genes, man. No, seriously, they were bad. They were lead
They do.
genes.
It's
and they
really
look-
embarrassing.
They look nice. What was I talking about before I went? Carl's Jr. Before that was, all right, my Hal and Don.
Yeah.
So then my other cousin, a female cousin of mine, in the conversation goes, "Yeah, Jim, because I was going to say that's a little weird. Like, why do you got two guys running your fan club?" It's like, but I don't. I'll make up a name, but I don't, Susie. It's me. Because I was going to say that's a little weird if you got a couple of guys running your fan club, you know. And I go, right, but I don't. It's just me. It's kind of a joke. Yeah, because we're all thinking it's a little weird that maybe Jim's got a couple of guys running, but I don't. Why is this conversation still happening?
But was it what part was weird? That it was men?
Couple of guys.
As opposed to women?
It's a couple of guys, Matt.
So that somehow means something?
Yeah, that I'm faggot. That's what they're getting at. That's a little weird. Jim's got a couple of guys running his fan club.
Jimmy's gonna say that he was quoting someone, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, 7 years of us hearing nonsense leads you to say that. But it's 7 years of inside jokes, 7 years of, yes, of course. I'm complimenting you, Matt. The point is, long way to go. It's not Rainbow Bridge. It's not the gay rainbow. I don't have two guys running my fan club because I might be a homosexual.
That was like what, 78? When was Rainbow Bridge active?
My band?
Yeah.
82, I just said it.
82, okay. So in 82, my point is that the rainbow was not such an automatic association with the gay community in 82 for the general public. I'm sure in the community that was their flag, but outside of that, a kid in Chicago did not know that.
I'm a sophomore going into junior year of high school.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I don't think there's ever a time in your life, even if you're gay, that you're more homophobic than between the ages of 15 and 16.
Right.
You know, when you're being, and again, I'm excuse the word, when you're being called a faggot, well, again, I always say that we never even thought of it as a gay thing. You were just, you quit being such a fag, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. You know, I have my hamburger. I don't know if you're a fag, you can't even eat your hamburger. It doesn't mean gay.
Right.
But homophobia, yeah, you just, I didn't even understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I thought for a second Rainbow Bridge, would be like, well, that's a gay band. Well, guess what? We're not being called that because I'm not going to have anybody think I'm up there in my tight members only shirt and my tight white jeans and Jordache gym shoes. I'm not going to have people tell me I'm a homosexual.
Hold on a second. I did not know that Jordache made shoes.
They made shoes, man. Wow. And I had them, baby.
Oh my God. I need to see a picture of those.
I think it's one of the ones on the internet of me
Oh, really?
fronting Rainbow Bridge. Tight white jean, denim, a members only shirt.
Yeah.
Short sleeve, baby. Shirt. It's got the little collar.
Still has the collar.
It's got the epaulets, the whole shot. And then the white Jordache gym shoe with the burgundy Lego or whatever it would be.
What was their logo?
I think it was a horse. Wasn't it a horse head?
Yeah, it was a running horse,
Yeah.
flowing.
I think it was. I
flowing
think that was
mane,
on
yeah.
the back. On the front, on the side was like maybe like two, like a diamond, like almost like that like a what's that spider? Black Widow spider.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been that with like separated. Like you take that little hourglass thing and put a line. I think that might have been the Jordache. Garen's looking him up, I would imagine.
Yep.
You know, the second he heard gym shoes and Jordache, this little queer mind got to looking at the shoes. They like shoes, the queers. At it, Jim, because we thought it was weird, Jim. Yeah, Jim, having a couple of guys. Have a couple of guys. All right. Anyway, welcome into the program, 1308. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Right,
too.
we're recording this on Labor Day. Traffic, nothing today.
It's beautiful.
Right, piece of cake.
Well, we're also earlier.
Yeah, but I think that would hurt us in a regular day. This would have been horrible. This would have been worse traffic than noon.
Yeah.
For us. So your theory stinks.
No.
Boy,
See what you're getting at?
Boy, your theory stinks. By the way, very quickly, listen to the Rock Solid with Wang Chung.
Yeah.
Another hit. Those guys were fantastic.
That was really fun.
You guys have gotten very lucky over there, where the musical guests have been.
There's a couple big ones coming too, man. Holy smokes.
They're already on the books.
Yep.
A big one. Are they really big ones?
Well, in my life, not my current life, but in the age I am, one of these, like I think the whole band might be coming in, or at least a good.
That's the one, and I say this that I don't care about at all. If I'm not mistaken.
But if you're in your late 30s or early 40s, you probably listen to a lot of these guys.
I did. I just didn't like them. They weren't my cup of tea.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right? Are we talking about who I think we're talking about? Write it down on a piece of paper because it's going to drive me nuts if I don't.
Well, I'm sure because the only other one is just there's a guy coming in.
All right, write that one down for me too. Oh no, I didn't know about that one at all. That's great. That's happening?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other one is probably the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, no, that's the one. Don't care. Don't care about that one.
Oh, I don't blame you
at all.
No, I think a lot of people would agree with you. Like they had one humongous hit.
Yeah, there they are, baby. There they are. And I wasn't that right, Garrick? We agree. I wasn't that far off on what that logo kind of was.
Wait, can you find the exact ones you had?
Nah, I can't. But look at these burgundy ones there, and imagine those flip flopped.
White and
burgundy. But take a look. Am I wrong? Is that not kind of like a?
Huh.
That's pretty good memory of a gym shoe design from '82.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen those shoes since I took them off. I would end all my shows, all the Rainbow Bridge shows. I would take off my shoes and throw them out to the audience.
Sure.
So I don't know who has those shoes.
You know what they look like? They look like, remember kangaroos?
Yeah, they're like Ruse.
They probably
They're
were
like
made in the same factory.
J. Claire was another one.
Yeah, I had a pair of Ruse almost exactly like that.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
what.
blue.
But I had the white. I had white with the burgundy. Flip flop those sons of bitches.
All right. Look at these pink ones. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have those. I'm not some queer,
Look at that number.
right? I already had
They're
trouble
like
with that band name.
suede and pink. Gray suede and pink.
Look at that. Look at the Jordache ad, by the way. You want to look at the that girl's bent over as if saying, "Put it right in my can." And then look at the fellas. The guys are also saying the same thing.
Are you just trying to get it out of your system before your wife gets in here?
Yeah, I'd say all this with her in the room. There's no question about it. But look at that ad. Like that ad,
It's crazy.
that was acceptable.
Is that all one ad?
Yeah, that's all one
looks
ad.
looks like a ninth grader's collage, like from art class.
It was the 80s.
Here, you want to? That doesn't work at all,
No,
does it?
those are too small. You can't do that. At any rate, Rock Solid did a great job with Wang Chung. If you want to go and
Played a couple of tunes, which was awesome. It's always like it's hard to get these guys to play
they did the dance.
music.
Paul. Hey, by the way, that's the one I had. I had that one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have the Rue type.
Yeah.
I had more that type. The more of kind of a the Converse.
Right, like the All Star or whatever.
Yeah, more like that. But they, but thank you. Garen Cockrell did a terrific job. What he did is he hopped probably right on Google. What'd you put in? Sarah, what'd you put in? Jordache gym shoes?
I put in Jordache tennis shoes.
There we go. Boom. I forgot.
Tennis shoes 82, but could not find what you were talking about.
Well, you know what? You found close enough. Those are wins. I'm calling that a successful Google search.
We got a new router in the office. I think it's really going to change the game with Garen's lookups.
You think so? Where is it?
It's in the other room, but
Attaboy, keep it hidden.
It's like he's been very polite about it, but we bust his balls constantly for not being able to find stuff. I think half the time it's because the stupid router wasn't. It was just. We both had this problem, and I never connected it to the fact that he couldn't look things up quickly. But it would just stop working, and you wouldn't be able to connect to the internet for a minute. And so we were.
I am distracted. Your headphones, your right headphone, the leather is coming off of and so you have like a little. There, I think you just got it. There it is, and it's been dangling there.
Little fuzz earring.
Yeah, I think you need new cans, baby.
I know,
and that's a different can than that thing in that Jordache ad. That Jordache ad, man. I don't know who I want to fuck everybody in that poster. Those guys are beautiful. The women are beautiful. 80s beauty. You kidding me? Let's go, Tiffany. Let's go, Debbie Gibson. Late 80s. Let's do this. Bend over. I think we're alone now. Let's do this. Electric youth. I'll give you a little electricity. Right in the keister. Stupid humor. Right? Bend over. Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Could have been Mike Toomey's joke. Could have been what, a pimple? You're 17. You're 13, however old she was. It was a good joke back in those days. That's a Tiffany song. Could have been.
I don't know that song.
It's actually not, it's a nice song. You know, I mean, here's the thing. She didn't write any of those.
No.
You know, those were all
Debbie Gibson.
professional songwriters.
Debbie Gibson did a lot of writing.
That's why she's going to stick around longer than Tiffany.
No, but then take another look at the songs, and you'll realize they're not very well written. That's why she didn't.
You know
stick
why?
around.
They were written by a 13-year-old.
Right, exactly.
What was her hit? What was her big hit, Debbie Gibson's?
Oh, there were a bunch. There was "I Get Lost
That's not
in
bad.
Your Eyes."
But what's the one? The up tempo
Oh man, there were a lot.
one that makes you do this?
Yeah.
Only
Out of the blue.
Only in my dreams.
Only in my dreams.
Then you can see.
Wow.
It's only in my dreams. Horrible.
Well, you're not doing it justice.
That's
Let's be
not
fair.
true. I'm doing it exactly the way my ears heard it from day one.
What about "Out of the Blue"? That's a good song.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Out of the blue,
That's on her second album, though, isn't it?
dream come true. No, Electric Youth was the second album.
Wait, what's the first album then?
I don't know what it's called. Maybe she had 3. Was it called "Out of the Blue"? The album was called "Out of the Blue."
Wait, the first one?
Yeah.
Wait, Electric Youth is the second one?
Out of the Blue is first.
And what-
Electric Youth is second. And there are several more that
And
I've
then,
never heard of.
yeah, then it's over. then it was over.
There was nothing that anyone heard.
Man, when I worked at MCA Records, when the second Tiffany, like I that was my, like I started at MCA when that album was about to come out, and I had to go around, and man, the people, I mean, they ordered it. It was unbelievable. It was like, I can't even come up with an analogy. It was, but that Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever, I believe it was called. And then the Fine Young Cannibals, but that wasn't pre-ordered.
Right.
That was ordered after, like, holy shit,
Once
what a
the
great
video hit.
Yeah. But that Tiffany, the pre-orders, like I thought I'm gonna be a gazillionaire from the record business. And then what happens to the record business? Like, let's pretend Matt's Records and Tapes. You would order, like if I said, hey, the new Tiffany's coming out, you would say, well, you got to give me 100 LPs and 100 cassettes. And I'd say, great. And then 3 months later, you know what happens? Hey, Jimmy, I have to issue a return for 90 albums and 90 cassettes. So while I got all that money on one paycheck, my next paycheck, then all that money comes off. Jeez. So it would work that way. So like,
Oof.
and the guy I took over for fucked me.
Oh, right.
He fucked me so badly that he had all of his, what a prick too, now that I think about it 25
Did it
years
on
later.
purpose, right?
Did it on purpose. He told all of his accounts, get your returns in now.
Yeah.
Like, and wait until
Wait a week or wait
wait
a
a
month.
week and then get them in. So they all, like, so my first 2 paychecks were nothing.
You'd think the record company would be like, well, that's not fair. You need to.
You'd think, right? So, no, here's what he did. He ordered them up. He shipped.
Right. He tried to sell as many as he could, not caring
Not
about
caring.
the return because he knew he was
And then
out
he
the
goes,
door.
"Don't worry about it. You can return it in a month." And then he did it.
What a
and then
piece of shit.
what a prick. What
Where is he
a-
now, though?
I'd be interested to know.
Got his own podcast, actually.
His name is Rob Delaney.
You picked the one comedian
Who
who
doesn't have a podcast. I know. I'm such a. But you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to think of, like, as weird as this sounds, as a guy that wouldn't be on a team.
Right.
Like, just he's a lone. Rob Delaney's a lone wolf on Twitter. Yeah. I guess everybody is on Twitter, but you don't think, like, if you think of you think of me. If you think of the Sklars, you think of Hardwick, you think Nerdist. Scott Aukerman, his comedy bang. But like Rob Delaney's Rob Delaney.
You might have gone Marin. Maybe that would have been one way to go.
Nah.
Trying to think of a successful podcaster who's kind of a lone wolf, doesn't have a team.
But then he's got a TV show, so it crosses over. Marin's out for that reason.
Yeah.
At any rate, happy Labor Day.
Yeah.
Today's the day we salute the worker. How did that? Anybody do any follow up on this? How did that strike go last week? There was that walkout in 50 cities of the fact that nobody in the room even knows what I'm talking about.
No, it sounds
fast
vaguely
food.
familiar. Fast food.
Fast food.
I didn't hear about
Garen, look that up if you would. See what kind of success that had. Last Thursday, there was a massive walkout at McDonald's. And boy, if you want to read some asshole right-wing white people, hey, they did this to themselves comments, go to like CNN.com. And, the people are like, I have to take this job because I can't get a better job. And I have to support my 2 kids. Well, it's not my fault you got pregnant at 17. It's, McDonald's is a gateway job. It's not a career. Yeah, but it's not the same world anymore, man.
Right.
If you go to McDonald's now, I don't see any teenagers working there.
No.
I see adults
Well, I don't go
trying to
there,
make a fucking living.
Yeah. It's true of a lot of places. I mean,
Right?
other than In-N-Out, I feel like you still see teenagers working at In-N-Out.
I agree. I've seen that.
I don't know why, but
Well, because they know better than anybody. That's what a hamburger's all about. But if you go to McDonald's around my house anyway, I would say the minimum age is 20, 21 years old. Or there's some hard-looking 17-year-olds. What do you got, Garen? You got anything on that?
There's no progress, really. I mean, the labor secretary's noticing them. They're getting attention. I think that's the most important
That's the
thing.
important thing. They're getting attention. What they want is they want $15 an hour, because the problem with fast food and, more importantly, minimum wage is that minimum wage doesn't even come to the poverty level.
right.
I've seen things where they're saying that even $10.10 an hour. Because right now minimum wage is what, around $8.
Yeah.
$10.10 an hour would make a huge difference for most of these folks.
Hey, there's no question it would make. I mean, it's $2 more an hour, so 2 times 40 is it's $80. You know what? $80.
$80.
You don't want $80?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
that'd pay for electricity and phone.
Damn right. Turn it up. Man, shut those lights off, though. Let's conserve. Maybe that's the problem. Or you know what? Maybe you solar assholes, that are contacting people like me. We talked about this. Wasn't it down here last week where, hey, we'll put some solar panels on your house and pay you to do it. Why don't you go to these people that need that? I'm not saying I don't need it, but, go to those folks. I guess because they're in apartments.
Yeah.
Not them. They all aren't. There's people that their houses are about to be foreclosed. Hey, welcome to...
Society's ills.
Yeah, try to mind the funny in this, asshole. My point is, let's raise that minimum wage to $15. I've just been told 10 will even cut it. Let's bring it up.
Let's go 12. It's a nice round number.
You know what? Let's bring it to the arbiter. Let's bring this to arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
If they want 15 and these assholes only want to pay 8, I guess we could all settle the 12.
Mm-hmm.
But let's do it.
And if I may say, a burger is what, $2-3. If a burger became $2.25 or $3.25, are people buying them really going to be hurting that much?
Well, that was one of the other arguments on there. It's like, oh, so these guys getting a raise means it's going to come out of my pocket? And then somebody's like, how's it come out of your pocket? Because they're going to raise the hamburger. Great. Sure. If you need to spend $2 on a Big Mac, spend $2.25. It's not going to. I don't even know the difference. Like I'm not Mr. Moneybags, but if I go to McDonald's and like even at the airport when they say the value meal is $7, that's not that different to me than going to my local one and it's $5.50.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. If that's what I'm buying, I'm buying. Although I'm not trying to live on it. I'm not. Whatever. I don't know. Again, anything I say makes me sound like an asshole. The point is this:
You're so rich that you don't even think about it. When you go to the airport and you have to spend $7 on a burger, you're like, whatever.
You know what?
This is like dropping a penny to me.
Yes, that's what I think. It doesn't bother me because I know that I've accepted that things are more expensive at the airport.
Right.
First of all. Or any
but
of it.
when you're living hand to mouth, you cannot accept that.
I used to live hand to mouth, baby, and it would be the same thing.
And you would be pissed off if they raised the price of a Big Mac $1. You'd be like, this.
We're not talking $1. We're talking 25 cents, according to Elliot's schedule of finance.
Look, 25 cents $1. It's all nothing to me. I'm very rich.
I know you're right. That's nothing to you. You drive. I once, a joke that I use now. I said it in front of my mother once when I was a kid, where I said I blow my nose in $5 bills. And my mother was so offended. She's like, "You can't say that." You can't. And I remember exactly where I was at J.C. Penney, and it was fine. And I said, I go, Mom, I don't care. I blow my nose in $5 bills. And my mom was so worried that other people were going to think we're rich and that I'm being a dick. And I'm like, I wasn't a professional comedian yet. Let's keep that in mind.
Right.
I was certainly, the seeds were there, Garen.
So that's back when people would take things you said seriously instead of going, oh, that guy's always joking. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Oh, look at that guy.
Because now if you said that, people would just laugh.
They better.
There'd be no one would ever.
You know what joke I never was able to make work a second time is that my pocket gets mad if there's only a $50 bill.
Yeah.
Like however I said that the very first time was, literally comedy perfection. However I said it the first time, perfection.
And I remember it. It was on must have been the writer's room or something.
Yeah. It was at the UCB, was it not?
Yeah. Yeah. We probably have it recorded somewhere. We could try to look it up.
It was perfection.
Yeah.
And I've never been, like, even now when I'm trying to replicate, I can't even figure out the machinations of how it works.
You still do it though. It's still funny.
It's still funny, but it's not exactly worded the right way.
Yeah. Maybe some of our listeners will remember if we put out I don't even know if we put that out. But if you remember hearing Jimmy say that for the first time on a Right Now or
On a bonus episode, if we
kind
put
of
that
a
episode
writer's
out.
yeah.
Well, happy birthday if today is your birthday. We celebrate Labor Day. We celebrate the worker. I'm going to go, wherever I go today, I'm tipping. I don't usually tip, I should tell you that. That's why I don't care about those increases in prices. Right? I don't tip anybody. You took this job, that's on you. That's not on me. You did this to yourself. It's not my fault you got pregnant at 17.
What if instead of raising the minimum wage, they had a mandatory tip at McDonald's? You had to tip 18%, just like a restaurant.
All right, hang on. So a value meal these days is what, $5 roughly? $5, 10% is 50 cents. So you're telling me I got a tip about 75, 80 cents?
Yeah.
I got no problem with it. I'm in. You think we should go to a tip structure over there at McDonald's?
I don't, but I'm wondering if these people complaining about the minimum wage.
Maybe a little tip jar out front couldn't hurt.
I think they're probably not even allowed to do that.
No,
at
they're probably
McDonald's.
not. But I'll tell you what, they'd make a lot of dough because, if I have change in my pocket, and my change always goes
Jingle-ling-a-ling, yeah.
And the fact that there are no telephones anymore, I don't need that change to give you a ring.
Right.
Right? I can't put money in my cell phone. Mm-hmm. How many guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a cell phone with a slot in it, and I got to put money in every time I have to use it. That'll stop people from using the.
If you think that Carrot Top hasn't already done a prop with that, here's my payphone. Bing, bing. Like just a coin slot on a
You're right.
razor.
On a razor. You don't think he's even updated it since the razor.
No.
Hey, the razor was a beautiful telephone. Let's not get mad at the razor.
nice.
That thing was sleek, slim, too light for my opinion.
You know what's funny is I'm so aware of this for some reason, but you still see flip phones on shows all the time.
Yes.
Like on Breaking
Breaking
Bad.
Bad, he uses it.
And Justified. Everyone's, I guess because they're all drug dealers or whatever, they have to have burners. They
I
don't
think
make
there's also
an iPhone burner.
there's something to this.
Yeah.
There's something to like on camera.
It's true. It is
if you
very-
just go hello,
Yeah.
But if you go hello, I think then it speaks more telephone.
Oh, one of my pet peeves, I may have even mentioned this before, when all these smartphones have a sensor, when you put it to your ear, the screen shuts off.
Yeah.
The sensor tells it to shut off. But if you watch TV, when people hold a smartphone to their face, the screen stays on.
It's still lit.
I think it's because they think if it shuts off, people will be like, that phone's not even on. Like, people watching would be like distracted by it being off. But it's wrong. That's not how they work.
I understand that.
I'm angry.
Boy, you've lulled my wife into a coma. I looked over, and all right, listen. Let's take a break. We celebrate the worker. What were we talking about? That I'm tipping. I'm going to tip everybody today. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets a nice tip today, right? You go to a restaurant, you give them a nice tip. If you usually give 20%, Garen, today 30%. Let's do it. Today's the day of the worker. Let's take care of these people out there. Why are you just staring? You think that's helpful?
That's what's this top, right?
You can say whatever you want. What you staring is the complete.
Did I say yawn? No, I just walked in the middle, so I just don't know what's going on. That's all.
You could catch on. Today's the day of the worker. We're tipping.
Well, that I got.
You went over to the coffee shop next door. Did you tip?
I did tip.
My point was this: if McDonald's had a tip jar, and my thing comes to $5.50, I'm throwing that 50 cents in there.
No, I think people are used to it because of Starbucks. So yeah.
Yeah.
And especially in that now we're especially in Los Angeles with meters take the credit card now.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to collect coins for that purpose. It's so much easier to slip that thing in there.
Yeah.
Right. I like to think I'm fucking it with that credit card.
Oh.
Who wants it? You dirty little whore. Slip out and then run away because I call that rape.
Wow.
Right? Oh, you're asking for it? Oh, you're not asking for it? Here's $2, whore. And then I run away. The meter is a prostitute, right? And I'm fucking it with my credit card. It is prostitution, and I'm going to bring it. What? I'm letting you know, Elliot. I almost called him Garen, even though I'm directly looking at him, Garen. That's a huge apology to you. It is prostitution, and I'm taking I'm thinking this goes all the way to the top.
Yeah.
I'm taking this to City Hall.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to talk to the mayor. And if you can tell me the name of the mayor of Los Angeles, is it Villaraigosa?
No.
He's
Is
gone.
it Jimmy Reardon?
Garcetti.
Is it Vince Garcetti? Is it Vic?
No, it's
Paul?
Eric Garcetti.
Eric Garcetti?
Yeah.
Was his dad wasn't his dad something?
Gilbert said he was something.
He's like the
Yeah, Gil Garcetti was
is he
someone.
the city attorney or the comptroller?
I don't know.
What's Gil Garcetti do?
I don't even know.
If he's not in Babylon 5.
And then there's Carcetti, who was the mayor on The Wire, so that's also confusing.
I'm not thinking. I can tell you that's not confusing me at all. I'm only in season 1.
Right, which you have been for 5 years. I think ever since the show started, you've been in season 1.
And do you remember how much I raved about how it's the greatest show I've ever seen in my life?
You refuse to keep watching it.
I don't know why.
It is great.
I know
it takes
it.
a lot of work to watch for some reason.
No more work than anything else.
Well, once you get into it, it doesn't take work. But it took me a lot of effort to start it. Like
Yeah.
I was intimidated by it because people talk about it like it's the Bible.
That first season was fantastic. The Bible.
Well, you know what I mean. Like it's gonna be heavy and like.
Jesus, let me tell you something. On this day of the labor, you want to talk about the man that worked? Jesus worked.
Oh yeah.
And he's still working.
He was a
today.
carpenter, right?
He was a carpenter.
So eager to say that I didn't care there was water in my mouth.
If I was a carpenter and you were my lady,
Yeah.
would you marry me? Would you be my baby? If I was a carpenter and you were a lady, and I asked you to marry me, would you be my baby? Who was it originally? Who originally did it? Anybody? Anybody?
I don't even know who popularized it, let alone who did it originally.
I want to say the same and the same.
Well, okay, well
I could
then
be
let
wrong.
me guess Harry Chapin.
No, before his time.
Oh wow.
And by the way, I don't know if I'm right. Garen, you're going to have to look this up too. I want to say Bobby Darin.
Wow, I was
But-
way off.
He went through that phase of
Yeah, his
I'm a hippie.
maybe phase.
yeah, which was great music, right? It was that. And then what was that? A simple song of freedom, which was a great song. And then he would go but until then, here's a song about Dad's blues class. I was taking a bath. And here's a very serious song. And then he would go into that, if I was a carpenter and you were my lady. And then there's something about the sea. What's that other one? He has a lot of hits that I can't pull. Where?
The title of the movie.
Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. Danielle and I went to see him in concert.
Really?
Nope, saw Kevin Spacey as Bobby Darin in concert
That
at the
happened.
Wiltern Theater.
That happened. He
That,
toured.
that happened.
He toured as Bobby Darin.
And we went. We took her parents.
And he was pretty good, right?
No, it was awful.
Oh, really?
He was good, but eventually it's the way I feel about all tribute bands. Eventually, it's not them,
Right.
and I'm seeing somebody pretend to be David Lee Roth. And after 3 songs, it's like, you know what? Just do a bunch of metal.
Yeah.
Just do a bunch of 80s. Stop being
Yeah, it's
just Van
exhausting.
Halen.
Yeah, you can't suspend your disbelief for.
I can for 3. And even with Kevin Spacey, was like, okay, you know what? This is going to be fun. And then 3 songs in, right, but this isn't Bobby Darin. So like when he would pull out the guitar and go, and now here's a little something of import. Like, oh, Jesus.
Right, it
with
takes you right out of
great
it.
political import. It's like, yeah, you're still Kevin Spacey doing Bobby Darin.
Right.
Was he, who? If I was a carpenter, who's the original?
It was sung by Bobby Darin, but originated by Tom Hardin. He
Tom
wrote it.
Hardin. All right, well, we wish him luck as we do with the whole Hardin family. You know who does a great version? Bobby Plant. Robert Plant does a great version of that song. If you like Led Zeppelin, and you know I do.
You like a whole lot of love.
Yes, I do. You know, Pat and I went to see Hart and Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You told me.
Really
yeah.
enjoyable. Very enjoyable. That was one where everybody was buying into it like, oh, it's Zeppelin, man. It's like, no, again, you're just seeing a tribute band where the drummer's kid happens to be in it.
Yeah,
this
that's
could
so
very
tenuous.
easily, this same group could very easily be at the local bar under the name Led Zeppelin.
Right.
And then, let's go see them.
Yeah.
But because it's Jason, who's a good drummer.
Right, but don't tell me that drumming is like some genetic thing that is passed along. Like, man, this
You
guy.
don't think so?
Well, maybe being good at it, but don't tell me like no one ever drummed like him except listen to this kid. He's
don't-
got the genes. Like what? That doesn't make sense.
I'm guessing there are probably people that could drum as good as well as Gonzo. Where we don't need the kid, it could have been somebody else. But I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I just
I
think,
do know that my dad was a terrific drummer, and you've seen me in here, right? You see me in this?
You got the rhythm.
I'm not bad, baby. Right?
Yeah.
There's that
Yeah.
snare. You're not working the.
So when you were a kid, were you ever worried that the rhythm was going to get you?
Yeah, I wasn't worried about that until the mid '80s. To be honest with you, Matt.
Yeah.
Before that, I had no.
Well, there wasn't a lot of awareness of the rhythm.
Thank you.
And then,
I mean, we knew it was there. We just didn't talk about it. It was not
Yeah.
like the homosexuals and the Negroes.
Right.
We knew that they existed. We didn't talk about it.
That
Then
song
in the
was-
mid '80s,
right. Well, the song was a public service announcement.
and to this day, we thank the Estefan family. They're terrific people. That poor lady had a tough time out there on a boat once, and we wish her luck. Remember when she got in a boating accident and she hurt her hip or something? What?
Was she in a plane crash and
She was also in a plane crash?
I don't know. I thought
What does God have against Hispanic singers? Those
Seriously.
ladies get involved in it, they're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like even some other ones. The one I never heard of died within the last year. Some Hispanic singer. God, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. God hates the Hispanics, and which is odd because boy, the Hispanics love him. They love putting the nonsense on their automobile, right? Well, they got the thing on there. They got that guy taking a piss on a Ford logo. What's his name? They got Calvin taking a leak out of Ford logo.
I don't think is that specific to the Latino community?
No, but I was about to go into a much
go
bigger
ahead.
thing. No, I'm not going to now. You take the piss out of it. No pun intended. Maybe the pun was intended. You were looking up anything else, Garen?
Gil Garcetti was LA District Attorney,
That was at LADA.
and Gloria Estefan was in a bus accident.
That was it. And also a boat accident on a yacht.
That I can.
I think she killed Natalie Wood. I think that's what you're thinking of.
No, I'm telling you, Gloria Estefan.
Estefan. It is weird how some people used to say it like that.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's the question.
Well,
Which one? Estefan. Gloria Estefan.
you're in America now.
You know what? It's Gloria Estefan. It always has been, always will be. I remember when that album showed up at the record store, we didn't know what it was. It had her picture on it, and somebody, it was like, well, here's another one. It went, stupid thing that Sony signed, at the time it was CBS. This will go nowhere. And
And then they hit their mic stands angrily.
And then it was one of those deals. It was another one of those. It was me and my friend, he was the manager, Keith Strutowski. He was like, "What is this crap?" And by the time we were done with that sentence, we sold 700 of them.
Yeah.
Hey, what is this? And then I remember it was that day we put it out, and some young lady came in and said, "Do you have the new Miami Sound Machine?" And we're like, "Are you kidding me?" And then we ran and got it for her. Oh, we even put it on the front rack because we thought it was, whenever something came in that we thought was ridiculous, we put it on the front rack to see, like, let's see if we could sell this thing just because it's in the front.
Yeah.
And then like we sold a Ferlin Husky album that way one time.
Who is
Ferlin
that?
Husky.
Never heard of that.
I want to say he's a country folk sort of guy. Wow. This is the longest opening ever to a show.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Let's get our guest in the mix. A lot going on. The room really brightened up once Danielle came in. There's no question about it. A new energy came in. It wasn't just a sausage fest in here.
Well, and then you got going on that, meter maid rape thing, which was so.
No. I'm not raping the meter maids.
The
I'm
meters.
raping the meters.
Sorry.
And I'm going to tell you something. They are asking for it. You see them out there?
Well, the city is
They're
asking you to pay for your
streetwalkers.
parking.
They're
Yes.
streetwalkers. They're there. They're waiting for it, and they're just so willing to take it right up that ass.
Wait, that's their ass?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the coin slot, that's the front.
Course, lots of front. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now.
I appreciate you finding that. All right, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna rub my eyes like a kitty cat. Garen, were you looking something else up, or was that it? Great job.
She was in a jet ski crashed into Gloria Estefan's boat.
All right, so here we go. Jet ski crashed into her boat, but it hurt her.
There's no way that could
No, I think someone died.
He died. Whoever was on the.
It was
jet
a
ski died.
scandal. It was scandalous.
Yeah, right. I mean, I knew something was up.
What's Estefan doing in that no boat zone?
She tried to tell us, but words got in the way.
Oh, wow.
My pleasure. We'll be back.
Don't forget, Never Not Funny presents Rock Solid is also a show you can enjoy with Pat Francis and Gary Lucy. Last week they had Wing Chung in studio playing and talking about their careers. Check it out at rocksolid.libsyn.com or on iTunes.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the program, episode 30. My ears are still clogged. What happened in the... Hello, check. 1308 is the episode. Danielle's going to be joining us in half a second. Let's go around the room. Let's talk about what's happening. Doing a great job so far over there with the brand new rotor. He's doing a great job looking things up. Light speed now.
Yeah.
He's the pop culture beast. We call him the beast. Garen Conqueror. Hello, Garen. Hello. Doing a great job today, Garen.
Say hello again.
Hello.
You happy with that new router?
Oh yeah, it's like a charm.
And then you think it'll be even better once you get a Mac? Do you think that's going to help out?
Look, probably.
We'll get you a Mac,
He's sticking with the Dell.
right?
Dude.
And by that he means an overweight singer out of Britain. Adele.
Got it.
I got it.
What was that? Was that you turning off?
I think it was him.
Oh,
That's
I thought it was just him going click.
That's what it sounded like.
That'd have been great.
You know what? Nah.
I cannot support this any
I
longer.
can't even respond. And then packs up and walks out.
Meter rape is one thing, but if you take on Adele,
She's terrific. She's got a beautiful voice. I like Adele. Did we talk about that thing that you sent me? That
Oh my God, I don't think we did.
that young lady-
Did Danielle watch that?
She did. She did not like the Adele. She thought it was very poor Adele.
I didn't. There were a
There were a
couple.
couple that were not
Yeah,
at
she
all
was.
good.
Yeah.
But some of them were great. We should explain for the listener what you're talking about.
Well, let's maybe finish.
We'll go
introducing
around the
people, and
room.
then-
Oh.
That's
And
why I
then-
was only asking so that we could wait and talk.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it with
we'll
her.
get into it. It's my apology. Anyway, Garen, great job today. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in on Labor Day.
My pleasure.
This is the day we're supposed to celebrate the worker, yet I'm making two guys come in here on that Monday.
Yep.
And
Two?
it's to accommodate you.
No, I said two guys.
I don't count.
Oh.
No, Matt, he's part of they're the workers.
Oh, okay.
They're the worker bees.
You're upper management.
And, well, listen, look around.
I know, right?
I'm more than upper
I
management.
know, right?
You know, this is my studio, and anybody that says otherwise is wrong. Then Matt, of course.
Anyone who says otherwise owns the building.
This is my studio.
Right.
Right? They own the building. They don't own me.
I'm very proud of you that you didn't say dojo.
really did feel like it was coming.
Right?
It was only a
Like
matter of
on the
time.
precipice of dojo. Go around the room.
What about JoJo Dancer? Are we comfortable with me saying that?
Your
today?
life is calling.
This is my JoJo.
I do say that a lot, don't I? Is that what? Oh.
Fun to say.
Dojo is fun to say. Let me tell you something. When I say it in the standing up comedy clubs, they don't know that I say it all the time. So
Yeah.
when I say it
Right.
there, it's like, look at the guy just said dojo.
Yeah.
They don't. Whereas the fans go, here it is, dojo.
I think even the fans like it. It's like a familiar. It's like an old teddy
Yeah,
bear
right
from
there.
your youth.
Oh, he said dojo. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like a teddy bear from your youth. That's our catchphrase for season 14 coming up. Never not funny. It's like a teddy bear from your youth.
It's missing
Beer.
one eye. Stuffing's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't mind any of that.
But you love it.
What? I love it. Love everything about it.
Yeah.
From INDH.com, Elliot Hochberg. Hello, Elliot.
Hello, sir.
Doing a great job today. Now,
Thank you.
Elliot, what did you do over the weekend? You had some thing where you guys went to a game convention or something?
Yeah, my buddy Joseph and I went over to Strategicon at the Sheraton Gateway, and we demonstrated a game he designed that we're both publicizing.
You and Joseph.
Limbaugh. You
Limbaugh.
met him over at Acme when you did the Acme Saturday Night.
When I did Acme Saturday Night, Joseph Limbaugh was in. He's in. If you look it up on the internet, he is in the. When I did that short film about me being a
stock photographer.
a stock photographer,
Yep.
Joseph is one of the people that I'm shooting.
Uh-huh.
And I want to say that might have been his idea. That might have been his.
I don't know. I wasn't in on the writing meetings for that show.
I forget who wrote that. It might have been Joseph.
Yeah.
Or the gentleman who
Could have been Leaf.
it might have been Leaf. It was either Leaf or Joseph.
Sure.
But at any rate, you and you have a game together that's
Yeah.
called what? Talk and Don't Listen? What's the name of that? What's that? Long-winded emails? What's the name of your game?
That's a good idea. I should make that as a game. No, it's called Thieves.
Called Thieves.
Yeah, it's a bluffing game.
All right. And how did it go over? Was it received well?
It was received very well, and we had really low expectations because we've just started. But we were busy all day, and a fellow by the name of Sean Growley, a fan of the show, made a point of coming by and demoing it with us as well. So we thank him for coming by.
Great. And so people, they responded to it. Were
Yeah.
any of the brothers there? The Parkers?
No, and Mr. Bradley wasn't there either.
Son of a bitch. Those are the big ones. You want to get the big fish to come
Sure,
by
of
and
course.
eat the chum. So any sale? How does it work? How does the gaming world work? Do you try to sell that to a major...
Well, we're hoping to build up an audience and then go on a Kickstarter eventually.
Great.
So right now we're in a building phase. So actually the game is available for free. You can print and play is how we're doing it.
All right.
So that's we make a PDF and you can print it out at home. If you go to modestgames.com, you
What is
can
it?
find that modestgames.com.
All right.
Then you can get a free copy. And if we're going to do a bunch of little games like that, we've got a bunch in the works. And if
Well, if you can get it for free, then
Yeah.
why would you need the?
You know, why buy the milk if I can get the
Kickstarter?
cow for free?
Well, so here's the thing: is that with print and play, it's whatever paper you have, whatever ink you have. If we,
I'm going to tell you something. I got the best
We got
ink,
top notch at our house.
and I've got a paper that is a little thicker than your usual stock.
well, then you won't need this, Jimmy. But if we get a popular game, then we will do a really nice version of it, and people who play games a lot like that, and they'll pay. There's a model.
Oh, wait, hang on. People that like games like a better version than me printing it on a piece of paper at my house?
Yes.
Just because I just want to know if I can get inside the mind of a guy that likes games. You're telling me that the gamer, you're a professional gamer.
Yes.
A guy that likes to go to game night
Yes.
would prefer that I show up with a box of the game instead of pulling out a folder and with my
Like
4
Oliver
pieces of paper,
makes.
like Oliver,
Yeah.
taping together pieces of paper and going, hey guys, this is called Thieves. Who wants in? And then one of them doesn't just pick it up, crumple it up, and toss it.
Surprisingly, yes.
Go to Kickstarter. I would say bypass all this bullshit. Let's go right to Kickstarter, and we'll
But if no one knows who they are, what
we're
they're
going to start it
doing-
right here on Never Not Funny, and you and I get 5%.
Look,
Wait
you
a minute,
know
what
that
now?
nobody who listens to the show likes Elliot. This is not going to work at all.
I disagree with
That's not
that.
a good model.
We get 5%.
Oh, okay. Well, I should have let you finish.
Yes, you wanted to make your joke about the listener not liking Elliot, and that's
Well,
not
maybe
true.
maybe if the game goes well enough, he makes some money. He doesn't have to work here anymore. Maybe it's the
It's
Win-win.
win-win. Let's Kickstarter
for
this.
all the people who don't like him.
Let's Kickstarter this.
So would you say you're on the go spot of?
Yes, we're at the go spot.
You're at the go spot.
Yes, we're waiting to roll the dice.
Okay.
Sure.
Somebody
Sounds
can tell me what those things are? Those orange blocks?
That's Elliot was trying a new light and decided against it.
Okay.
Those are lights.
They look like defibrillators from
They
here.
do.
They do kind of look like you're right.
Defibrillators.
Defibrillators.
What did I say? Defibrillators?
Yeah.
Defibrillator.
Yeah.
Defibrillator.
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 There's an R in there somewhere.
Defibrillator?
There's a couple
Yeah.
R's, and you said maybe
Defibrillator.
I said 0. I said 1 at the end.
you said one.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Really?
Yeah.
Defibrillator?
Yeah,
Garen.
defibru.
Well, they're idiots
Garen,
then.
is there an R?
I always thought I feel like it should be defibrillator, but it's a defibrillator.
Oh,
you know what it
so
should
we're all
be?
saying it
It should be defibrillator.
Well, that too.
It should be the one that I've been saying. That's how I.
Because this is
Oh wait,
his
Garen's got an
studio.
answer.
It's a defib.
It's defibrillation. So
Yeah.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator. Defibrillator.
There's no U though.
No, defibrillator.
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 Yeah.
As in, I'll see a defibrillator. Boy, that's actually going to help me. That little stupid saying.
Defibrillator.
Hey, see a defibrillator. Defibrillator. Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Yeah, that's what I said. Defibrillator.
There's still a little. There's a hint of,
I'm putting the accent on the wrong word.
no. There's a little hint of a U in there.
Stefan.
The rhythm is gonna get ya. The rhythm is gonna get. Come on, everybody, to do the conga.
Oh, I did like that one. I kind of like that one.
The conga beat, beat, beat. Bop, 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 bop. Everybody.
Oh no, I didn't like it. Never mind.
Everybody. Beat, beat, beat.
Wait, that's two different songs.
Yes, it is.
I just realized.
What am I doing? Rhythm's gonna get you?
That, you went back. You went from conga. You went
Conga.
right back to
Let me
rhythm
tell
and
you
Get
something, and you tell me if I got something here. I might even Kickstarter this. I might also print and play this.
Okay.
A male-led tribute to Miami Sound Machine.
Yes.
You don't want to hear those songs by a man? Imagine how much more you really like those songs. Won't you like those songs better coming out of a man's voice? A man's
Don't know the answer.
vocal
to that.
hole?
Like a meter.
man. What?
Like a meter.
This is not a, no. I'm not raping this fella. This is a fella that's going to
Did we finish going around the room?
No, we'll get to it. You don't want to hear conga from a man.
No. Why do you so badly want to
Really
hear
don't.
conga with a man's voice?
Everybody in the room said they don't like Gloria Stefan's voice.
I don't like her voice, but doesn't mean I don't like her gender or that I feel like it needs to be sung by a man.
Or a lower cadence.
How about everybody do the conga? Come on, man.
That's
Oliver heard an Enrique Iglesias song yesterday, and he was like, "I really like this song. I really like it."
Which one
It's
was
like
it?
an
Hero?
action song. It's like an action music. I don't know.
Which one?
I don't know. I couldn't name one Enrique Iglesias
Hero.
song.
I could be your hero, baby. No, it couldn't have been that.
It
That's not
wasn't
an
that.
action
It wasn't a
song.
ballad.
So it was, what was his fast song?
Are you thinking of Ricky Martin?
No, it was definitely Enrique Iglesias.
You're thinking of Mark.
Because the DJ made a really cute comment about how he used to have a mole and how he doesn't have a mole now or something.
Yeah, I got it removed.
Yeah. Get your signature removed.
Is that on 90s on 9?
Yeah, I think it was 90s on 9. Yeah, it definitely
Sirius XM radio?
Enrique goes back to the 90s. Wow, that
Isn't
makes
that
me
weird?
feel old. I would have said that guy was active, 5 years ago.
2005 to 2013. Yeah. What was his hits, Garen? Enrique Iglesias we're speaking of now.
He has a new one that just came out called "Turn Up the Night."
Was. Did we say the 90s?
Hey guys, Matt here with some dates for you. Jimmy Pardo is at the Skyline in Appleton, Wisconsin on September 20th. He's at the Strand Theater in Shelbyville, Indiana on the 21st. He's at Wise Guys October 11th and 12th in Salt Lake City. And Zany's in Chicago November 1st and 2nd. And guess what? Elliot Hochberg is doing a show at Acme NoHo on the 7th of September, 10 p.m. Murder by Murder is an improvised murder mystery. Go to their website to check it out, acmecomedy.com, and enjoy.
To To see this whole episode or for more great content with comedian Jimmy Pardo, head over to Pardcast.com. Don't forget to share, rate, and subscribe.